Hello. So today I wanted to go over a few different props and how they affect the input controls in Triplex. So say we have opened the bar component and it's rendering the foo component. When I select it, I see all the props that it takes. So let's say it has some text here just for completeness. And since we're in dark mode, let's give it some color so we can actually see it. So in Triplex, all your props can be translated to input controls. So you're able to change them and tweak them if it makes sense at that point in time. So for example, if we were to do a Boolean, that gets shown up in the element panel, and then we can use it where we want. So for example, I can put is enabled, and then I say opacity. If it's enabled, it should be 1, otherwise 0.4, and then let's default that to true. So now the foo component defaults to true, and then I can turn it off if we need to. And this all just happens thanks to TypeScript types, which are a hard carry in Triplex. A lot of this wouldn't work without it. So we've got Boolean, we've got number as well. So for example, if we did size prop, and then I put that in, let's say font size as size, and we'll default it to, let's say 12. Again, now we've got this, and we can use the number input to drag and change those values as well. Make it really big, save it back to code as well. So Boolean, number, string as well. And this is a fun one because there's kind of two different ways you can use this. So let's say we have like name prop. Well, that will show up now as the name prop, but we can also make it into a color picker as well if we need. And we put it here. So then now we've got a color picker, and we can use that to change things as we want as well. So that's already cool, but wait, there's more. Let's say we wanted to constrain color to only be a certain amount of colors. Well, we can do that as well, right? We can say it should be white or black or pink. And then now it's a select list that we can choose from. So these could be hard-coded strings, they could be CSS variables, whatever you want to play with. But it's all just types, and it all just works. And this is called a union literals, right? So we've defined our values, and now we're able to use them. Another cool thing as well is tuples are supported. So in 3D, it's very common to do XYZ coordinates. So we've got our XYZ coordinates, and I can set them. Nothing's updated because I haven't actually used it, but hopefully you get the picture. If I undo it, we go back to nothing. And another neat thing is you can label them as well. So if I do XYZ and save them, now the inputs are all labeled, which is super cool. And finally, you're also not limited to just like individual values, right? Sometimes you need like numbers and strings and tuples. So for example, let's say position should be a number, a string, or a value. We can do that as well. So I've saved it, and now in the UI, you can see that position is a string, but we can use this toggle button to switch it. So then we can put a number if we want, or we can then go to the tuple type as well. And this is all value, so valid, sorry. So I can do foo, save it, and then now position is gets saved to foo. So if you've ever found yourself defining extra code for input controls because you need to tweak things and see them over different values very quickly, I would say maybe give Triplex a try. Give it a download, install it in VS Code, and open up one of your components and see what it looks like. And definitely tweet at me or jump on Discord and we can have a chat. Would love to see what you're working on. All right. Peace, folks.